What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be installing one of the sexiest integrated taillights for the 2017 Honda Grom. What's going on, guys? So today Ben left us his bike. He's at JRTC doing some ho-ho army stuff. So we're going to install the TST integrated taillight today, and we're going to finish it off with the flush mount turn signals in the next episode. So first thing we got to do, stick the old key in and set her to the side next to the gas cans. So taking a look at how he has this thing set up, kind of cut it all off and left us the bars. So it shouldn't be too much work. The TST covers all this, so we're gonna get to work. Oh, and it's also just held on by zip ties.
JDM, bro.
Next up, we got my favorite tool, and we need to take off the tools. We're trying to remove this outer ring or fairing, whatever. So it's 210s, and then a 12. 12s are up top. Oh, no. Ah, crap, I hate these. Okay, I'm gonna gently set it in there. The hard part is losing your screw in the frame. So we're gonna try to
not do that.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do it this one. Man, okay.
If you do lose it in the frame, though, you can get it out. It's just kind of irritating.
Dang it. Well, that didn't start out well. Okay, well, next up, I'm gonna get these screws off. These should be easy. Put them in the parts tray. This is my first time working on a 2017, so don't judge. And then these are pressure. They just pop in, which is actually kind of nice.
There you go.
Just jimmy it around, and dang, Ben, clean your bike. It's freaking dirty.
Yeah.
So that the other side. Oh, okay. Magnet. Little trusty magnet guy is gonna stick to everything except where I need it to stick to. Okay, got the bolt.
Now you just gotta do the other side. Yeah, just be kind of careful whenever you do that. Try not to drop them in your frame because they'll drop all the way in there and go down. Like I said earlier, though, you can't get them out.
Oh, I went fishing and I got it. Woo! Okay. Now, you got to disconnect the wiring. We're disconnecting this one way stuck down in there, if you can get a shot of that one.
It's way in there.
Okay, there's a little tab right here, if you can see. Right there, you just grab it with your nail and it comes off the little metal tab that's on the frame. So, okay, here, Kyle. If you can get a shot of that. So here's the tab. Is it dark in there?
Yeah, let me turn up my ISO. I don't know if you guys can see that.
I'll grab a flashlight.
There we go. We can see it.
So there's a little tab in here. You grab your finger in there if you want to get a different angle, Kyle. Finger's probably.
This is a lot harder than it actually seems, honestly.
Yeah. So you grab your finger up in there and pop her off. Woo!
Yeah.
Finally.
You'll figure it out.
We're gonna disconnect his tip sensor, which is covered in mud.
Covered.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a simple thumb tab thingy. And we're gonna route this back up into here because we gotta move his tip sensor into there. And we got the two 10mm on the back of the taillight. And then got some force and popped her off.
It's looking better.
Ish.
It might not be looking better, but it's getting there.
I think I gotta remove these ones. Yep, I gotta remove those.
Yeah, that definitely looked like it loosened it up. Where was that?
It was the two right here.
It was the two that was holding it in.
Yep. Hey, look at that.
Hey, look. Yeah.
I don't know. Why does Honda choose the ugliest turn signals? So now we actually get to start cutting some stuff.
That's the fun part.
About that. So what we're okay? If you want to come over on this side.
Over on this side, he says.
Yep. So what we're trying to do is we got to get to these screws for the tip sensor, but the easiest way to get to them is by cutting off the back piece, because trying to get a socket or a wrench in there is going to take too much time, and you're going to have to remove this, or you're going to cut this section anyways. So we're going to eyeball it.
Yeah, that's the best way.
Oh. Okay.
And if you go too far, you always have the tire to catch the blade.
Cut across the top. And with that, look at that. You got a little access window to that screw.
There it is. Just make sure you cut the holes big enough.
Come on. Woo! Got it. Force it in there. You can also cut this whole section off if you really want to. I don't know. I was trying to do it a different way. Trying to be lazy. It's winding up to be more work. There's your little temp sensor.
Like I said, mount that upside down. That way, you know.
Just kidding. Don't do that. So you're going to reuse these screws later on. Actually, I think we're going to mount that next. Yeah, we'll do that next. All
right.
Okay.
You want to explain to the YouTube audience what you just learned?
You actually have to cut the little hump off.
The whole thing.
The whole hump.
Don't cut just a little hole.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
Cut the whole thing.
Cut the whole thing.
You're gonna have to do it.
Oh my gosh.
There it goes.
That's why you don't cut towards yourself.
So throw that in the trash pile, right?
Yeah. Next to the camera equipment.
I know. I was gonna say it, and I was like, no, that's mean.
Well, while we're in the mood of cutting things, I guess we'll go grab a hacksaw real quick.
Oh, I'll be right back. Hold this.
Woo. Bye, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle.
Yep. Thank
You can have the little gimbal thing back.
Okay.
So now the fun part, using hacksaws and chop saws and whatever, doodah saws, whatever you call it.
Breathe.
So you have your little metal tab here.
Let me get in that right. Hold on now. I want you guys to see this. There we go.
You got your metal tab. You got your plastic piece. You're just gonna cut along that line.
Say it again.
You're gonna set up the little fancy cam.
Gotta show that slider.
Wee. Oh yeah. Nice and slow and steady.
Nice and steady, he says, and then he almost tripped.
Okay. Nice and slow. Letting the saw do the work. I feel like I'm almost through. Through one.
Boom.
And through two. Woo!
There it is. Hopefully you guys can tell that.
If you want to, you can go back and take some sandpaper or a file and try to clean up those burrs. So in the packaging, it comes with a bracket to mount your tip sensor. So take it out. It's got some sticky tape on the back. You're gonna go on the other side, and you're gonna use the stock or the OEM bolts to mount it. If I can get them out. The screws we'll use in a second, and they're nice enough to keep both of them at 10 millimeter. Use the wrench on the back. Just trying to snug it up. And they're nice to use nylon threaded nuts, so they shouldn't back out. You want to make sure that you have the plug on the top, or else it will be mounted upside down.
Which is how you want it, right?
No, Kyle. No! Gosh!
He's always yelling at me.
Gosh, Kyle. Now I just need to mount it. You want to clean that surface there. You can use some brake clean or some isopropyl alcohol. You're gonna take the sticky part of the back, and then you got a V on the bracket, and you got a little indentation in the plastic. You're just gonna line them up. Good solid push on it. We're gonna use a drill to get some holes started in there.
There's little tiny holes. You can see them. They're right there. It's really hard to see, but there is holes right there.
Yep. I'm gonna use a 1/8 inch drill bit. Just gently poke her on in there.
Yeah, it's plastic, so you don't need a whole lot.
Grab the supplied screws, self-tapping screws, and just trying to just secure it a little bit better, so if the sticky tape fails, you're not cutting your bike off because it thinks it tipped over. Okay, now we got the sensor mounted. We're going to take the plug that used to be, go all the way to the back, and reroute it. There's a little hole in here. You can fit it through.
Underneath the frame piece, right?
Yeah. Just try to.
It is hard to see because his fingers are in the way, but
there's a little hole right there.
Yep, it's underneath the frame piece.
Underneath the
Right
the big
underneath,
this frame rail.
Yep, right up underneath that.
Just plug it on in, nice and easy. Make sure it's snug, and try to just tuck these wires out of the way, just to try to clean everything up. You're gonna take the clips off of the part that you cut off and threw away into the trash. You want to go grab that. And you're gonna take these little clips, and it flung into the Kindle.
Yep.
Good thing it's fake. I'm gonna be a little bit more gentle with this one. I need to clip them onto the backing plate, or the fender eliminator part. Cleans everything up. You just want to wait. No, oh, other side. You want to make sure that the flat part is at the top, because this is what you're going to be threading into. Okay. There we go. So at the end it'll just look like that, so you can actually thread into these. Mount the taillight to the undertail. It's easy as just sticking it down and under. It'll be nice and slot in there in the plastic, and you're going to use the 3 included self-tapping screws and just mount it up. So as you're tightening, you want to be pushing down with your thumb and kind of holding it on there, just trying to make sure it's a nice snug fit in there. And it's all aligned. There we go. Dang, that looks clean. So this can tuck up in there. We need to actually bend this bracket that used to mount the old tip sensor. You just use a big screwdriver, the bigger the better. And just get in there, get behind there. I guess maybe a big one ain't gonna work. Just trying to bend it up out of the way so it's flush. And if you ever want to go back to stock, you can just bend it back. Yep. So in preparation for actually mounting this thing up, we just need to run the wires. Just grab the plastic and kind of move it to the side and pull down. And you're gonna run this portion around the tab. You're just trying to get it up underneath this plastic piece, so that when you put everything up, you can actually run your wires. And now we're going to grab the Allen key, Allen screw thing. Oh, make sure you push your plastics back up. That'll help. There we go. You grab an Allen key or Allen head. Grab a washer.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
And then grab your lock nut. We didn't put tape on the bar.
Like we said we were.
Whoops. You just want it loose for now. And do the other side. Washer. Lock nut. I think we might be good. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's it. That looks awesome. You can
Super.
already kind of see what it looks like. That looks awesome.
So as a gift for Ben letting us use his bike for the video, got him a nice little stealth light. You're gonna run the wires through the plate bracket. Keep it a little loose for now. Tuck that up underneath there. And what you're gonna do is run the wire up underneath. I can't actually see.
Yeah, I gotta tighten it up.
And then there's this little hole right here. Shove the wires up in there. A lot of shoving wires up places. And just run it up. I'll use that. Oop. You can kind of rearrange it into a spot that you feel comfortable using that. So they actually include extra long bolts. So just in case you're running a high mount exhaust on your 17 Grom, they were considerate of that, so that was nice of them. As the same before, just trying to get that screw or that bolt started with the lock nut. Now we're actually just going to start tightening everything up. You can grab a 4mm Allen and use my favorite tool. So you remember like 2 clips ago where I said use your favorite tool to tighten down those bolts for the license plate? Don't do it. It makes you take an unwanted trip to Lowe's to get some bolts because you cross-threaded them. So we're gonna go back to the trusty wrench and finish this up. So back to this, putting the bolt in through the license plate bracket, put it up through the hole. Oh man.
Second time's a charm, right?
Yep. Oh. And come to the back and kind of rearrange all the cable and everything. I might actually try to loosen that up and put it back up in there. What did we lose? I see it. Doesn't go smoothly. And with the stealth light, you can either leave the tape on or leave the protective on there or take it off and stick it to the plate. I'm going to choose to leave it on there for now and just have it pinch it in there. Come back here. Okay. Looks about center. Yeah, the light's centered on the plate and we're good. So you can crank it down. Yeah, I definitely like this one a lot better than on the OG Grom because it just looks so much better than having it way out here like on mine. So it tucks it up nice underneath. Now all we gotta do is just plug everything in and get the license plate light done. So he's still got the stock wiring for the whale tail thingy. All you gotta do is unplug it. All right, so there was a zip tie holding this plug thingy, and I just snipped the zip tie, and it allowed me to get a little bit of slack on the connector. So I'm gonna plug it on in. And before we get too far, so satisfying. Make sure everything works. Oh. Woo. Oh yeah, we just gotta wire up the license plate light, which is super easy. And she'll be done. You take this, you got a little slit in there. You see it?
Yep.
Okay, you take that over. Green is ground on the Groms, and black is ignition 12. So red is gonna go to black, which sounds weird, but it's right. And you put it through the wire.
Hold on, I'm trying to plug this. Okay.
So you got the slit in there. You come on here and you twist. suppose I probably could have done the other side. And I mean, you could always go in and solder these connectors, but if you really wanted to, now you're good on that connection. Now we're gonna undo the other side. See, this is what I get for doing this the first try. And give it a snug tug. Now for the moment of truth, we're gonna put the key. Woo!
It's on. That's it.
That is perfect.
I definitely like that light more than a lot of lights. And it's a cheap light. It's not that expensive.
It's like 12 bucks.
I think it's 14, but
No,
still.
I think it was 12.
Okay,
It's something cheap. I mean, to be legal and to make sure your license plate is seen,
yeah,
without having to do some like janky LED strips or whatever, is super clean and you can barely see it.
yeah.
Well guys, I'm not going to bore with his stupid outro, so make sure to use GG5 2017 to save 5% off your beautiful TST integrated taillight and fender eliminator for your 2017 Grom, or pretty much any Grom or Z125 parts. So make sure to check out the link in the description, and now we're just going to do some sweet slider shots.